Your body is aging right now. Every second that passes, silent inflammatory processes destroy your cells. Your memory becomes slower. Your joints become stiffer. Your energy decreases. And the vast majority of people accept this as a natural part of aging. But what if I told you there is a centuries-old substance, scientifically proven, capable of reversing many of these degenerative processes? I'm talking about turmeric. But here's the problem. 99% of people are using it incorrectly. They are wasting their money. And worse, they may even be harming their health in the process. Today, I will reveal what really happens in your body when you take turmeric correctly for 30 days, and why this can be the difference between aging with vitality or aging with suffering. The science that changes everything. Before we talk about the benefits, you need to understand a truth that the industry doesn't tell. Adding turmeric to food or taking regular capsules is practically useless. Why? Because less than 1% of the turmeric you consume reaches your bloodstream, and less than 0.1% enters your cells, where the magic happens. The rest? It goes down the drain. Oh, but what about black pepper? Yes, black pepper increases absorption from 1% to about 5 to 8%. But it comes at a high price. It compromises the intestinal barrier, allowing toxins and bacteria that shouldn't enter the blood to pass through. For those with intestinal problems, autoimmune conditions, or chronic inflammation, conditions that worsen drastically with age, this can be disastrous. The revolution came with the discovery of the fenugreek colloidal complex. This technology creates small, protective bubbles around curcumin, increasing cellular absorption by 25 to 40 times compared to regular turmeric. It's the difference between wasting your money and truly protecting your body against accelerated aging. Now that you understand how to make it work, let's move on to the 6 benefits you'll experience in the next 30 days. Benefit 1. Intestinal regeneration. In the first 7 to 10 days, you'll notice something many people overlook. Your intestine begins to function better. Digestion becomes lighter. Bloating decreases. And that's no small thing. Do you know why? Because 70% of your immune system is in the intestine. And with aging, the intestinal barrier deteriorates, a process called leaky gut that triggers systemic inflammation, autoimmunity, and accelerates virtually all age-related diseases. Turmeric does 3 crucial things in the intestine. First, nourishes beneficial bacteria and reduces harmful ones. This balances your microbiome, which when out of balance, is linked to depression, anxiety, weight gain, and even Alzheimer's in old age. Second, strengthens the intestinal barrier, preventing toxins and bacteria from leaking into the bloodstream. This drastically reduces inflammation that ages you from the inside. Third, improves bile flow, making fat digestion easier. As you age, the gallbladder becomes sluggish. Turmeric helps keep everything functioning. A healthy gut means aging without inflammatory diseases that diminish your quality of life. Benefit 2. Reduction of systemic inflammation. This is where it starts to get serious. Between days 10 and 20, the curcumin that finally reaches your cells begins to turn off the genetic switches for inflammation. Let me explain. Inside each cell, there is a genetic switch called NF-kappa beta. When activated, it triggers hundreds of inflammatory compounds. It's like an internal fire that slowly burns your tissues over the years. This is the true silent killer of aging. It's not age that destroys your joints, your brain, and your heart. It's uncontrolled chronic inflammation. When curcumin reaches the cell, it turns off this NF-kappa beta switch. The result? C-reactive protein, an inflammation marker, decreases. Tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNF-alpha, diminishes. Interleukin-6, IL-6, normalizes. Your joints become less stiff. Chronic pains start to decrease. You literally feel your body deflate from the inside. It's the rejuvenation sensation that older people describe when they finally control inflammation. And there's more. At the same time that it switches off the inflammation switch, curcumin activates another switch called NRF2, which turns on your natural detoxification and antioxidant systems. It's a double action, puts out the fire and activates the internal firefighters. Benefit 3. Cellular energy and mental clarity. This is where people start to think, wait, does this really work? Between the 15th and 25th, you will notice two powerful effects: more physical energy and greater mental clarity. It's not placebo, it's pure biochemistry. Curcumin protects and repairs your mitochondria, the power plants inside each cell. With aging, mitochondria become damaged, produce less energy, and generate more free radicals, which age you even faster. When your mitochondria function well, you wake up more energized. You don't experience that crash in energy in the afternoon. Your brain processes information faster. The mental fog disappears. And speaking of the brain, curcumin crosses the blood-brain barrier and enters neurons. There, it reduces neuroinflammation, the root cause of diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia. Do you know that forgetfulness sensation that increases with age? That difficulty remembering names, words, where you left your keys? That is not normal. It is neuroinflammation and oxidative stress destroying your brain connections. Curcumin also increases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that acts as fertilizer for the brain. It stimulates the growth of new neurons and strengthens existing connections. It is literally the molecule of neuroplasticity. Result: you think faster, remember more easily, and protect your brain against cognitive decline that steals independence in old age. Benefit 4. Vitality, circulation, and performance. Let's talk about something no one wants to admit, but that worsens drastically with age: sexual energy, vitality, and physical performance. Starting at age 40, most people begin to notice less libido, less vigor, less desire, and they think it's normal for age. It's not. The problem lies in deteriorated circulation, inflammation that damages blood vessels, and endothelial dysfunction, when the inner lining of the arteries no longer functions properly. Curcumin improves endothelial function. This means better circulation for all organs, including those responsible for sexual function and vitality. Healthy circulation equals healthy performance. Reduction of oxidative stress. That damages hormone-producing cells. Less oxidative damage equals better hormonal production, equals more energy and libido. Improved insulin sensitivity. Insulin resistance, prediabetes, is directly linked to low testosterone in men and hormonal imbalances in women. Curcumin improves glucose metabolism, which indirectly balances hormones. Here's more. Curcumin increases glutathione, the body's most powerful intracellular antioxidant. High glutathione equals young and functional cells, equals more vital energy. People who take turmeric properly report more energy for physical activity, increased sexual interest, better overall performance. It's not Viagra. It's the body functioning as it should, without inflammation that drains your vitality. Benefit 5. Cellular protection and anti-aging. Now let's move to the benefit that summarizes all others: deep cellular protection against aging. Aging is not simply getting old. It is the accumulation of cellular damage that your body can no longer repair. And this damage mainly comes from three sources. 1. Oxidative stress, free radicals attacking your cells. 2. Chronic inflammation, the internal fire that never goes out. 3. Mitochondrial dysfunction, your energy plants breaking down. Turmeric curcumin attacks all three at once. Against oxidative stress, it increases glutathione by up to 50%, neutralizing free radicals before they destroy your DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. Against chronic inflammation, it turns off NF-kappa beta, as we have seen, interrupting the vicious cycle of inflammation that accelerates all age-related diseases. For mitochondrial health, It activates NRF2, which protects mitochondria and stimulates the creation of new healthy mitochondria, mitogenesis. The result? Your cells age more slowly. You literally age more slowly at the cellular level. And this is reflected in better-looking skin, fewer wrinkles, more elasticity, preserved muscles, less sarcopenia, stronger bones, less osteoporosis, healthier heart, less arteriosclerosis, protected brain, less dementia. It is the difference between reaching 70 dependent, ill and suffering, or reaching 70 independent, active and enjoying life. Benefit 6. Neuroprotection and brain longevity. This is perhaps the most important benefit of all, because what's the point of living long if you lose your mind? The brain is the organ most affected by aging. Every decade after age 30, you lose brain mass. Connections between neurons weaken. Neuroinflammation increases. And diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and vascular dementia become real threats. Here's the frightening truth. Alzheimer's begins 20 to 30 years before the first symptoms appear. By the time you finally forget your grandchildren's names, decades of brain function have already been lost. Curcumin is one of the few natural compounds that crosses the blood-brain barrier and directly protects the brain.
Against amyloid plaques, curcumin binds to beta-amyloid plaques, Alzheimer's characteristics, and helps prevent their formation and accumulation. Against neuroinflammation, reduces brain inflammation that destroys neurons and accelerates cognitive decline. Increases BDNF. This brain fertilizer stimulates the growth of new neurons, neurogenesis, and strengthens existing connections, neuroplasticity. It is the molecule that keeps your brain young and adaptable, protects against stroke, improves the health of brain blood vessels, reducing the risk of strokes and vascular dementia. Studies show that populations that regularly consume turmeric, such as in India, have drastically lower rates of Alzheimer's. It's no coincidence. If you want to reach 80, 90 years old with a clear mind, sharp memory, and preserved independence, protecting your brain now is not optional, it's essential. And curcumin, when absorbed properly, is one of the most powerful tools for this.
What happens if you do nothing? Let me be direct with you. Each day that passes without controlling inflammation, without protecting your cells, without nourishing your brain, is one less day of quality of life in the future. Aging doesn't wait. Neuroinflammation doesn't wait. Cellular degeneration doesn't wait. The difference between aging healthily or aging with suffering lies in the choices you make today. Not tomorrow, not when I have time, today. How to make it really work. After everything you've learned, here is the protocol. For basic intestinal benefits, use turmeric powder in your food. It's cheap, tasty, especially in Indian and Asian dishes, and already shows some results in the gut. I even use up to half a cup of curry in some recipes. For real cellular and anti-aging benefits, you need a supplement with a colloidal fenugreek complex. It's the only way to get curcumin to where it really matters, inside the cells. Avoid the black pepper trap. If you have any intestinal problems, autoimmune conditions, or chronic inflammation, black pepper with turmeric may do more harm than good by compromising your intestinal barrier. Conclusion. You have two choices. Choice 1. Continue believing that aging is natural and inevitable. Accept inflammation, mental fog, fatigue, pain, and decline, only to find out too late that you could have avoided them. Choice 2. Use science to your advantage. Protect your cells now. Control inflammation today, and reap the benefits of healthy, clear, and vibrant aging in the coming decades. When used correctly, turmeric is not a miracle cure, but it is one of the most powerful and scientifically proven tools to slow cellular aging and protect your body against degenerative diseases. Try it for 30 days, feel the difference, and then tell me what happened. Your future will thank you. And if you want to learn more about how to protect your body against aging, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell because every week I bring science-based content that can change your life. Until the next video, and remember, aging is mandatory, but aging healthily is a choice.